You've probably heard the name by now. Turmeric, that warm golden spice that seems to be everywhere these days. In health stores, in smoothies, in tea, even in your neighbor's kitchen cabinet. They say it helps with joint pain, that it sharpens the mind, that it's a natural way to age more gracefully, with less inflammation and more comfort. And they're not wrong. Turmeric, especially the compound inside it called curcumin, has shown incredible promise for older adults. It's been linked to reduced joint pain, better digestion, healthier hearts, and even some protection for the aging brain. For many people over 60, turmeric feels like a little miracle from nature. Something simple, safe, and full of healing. So you do what seems right. You stir a little turmeric into your morning tea. You mix it into oatmeal. Maybe you even bought a supplement from your local pharmacy. You want to feel better, move easier, think more clearly. And this one little habit seems so harmless, so wholesome. But here's what no one tells you. Turmeric only works if your body can actually absorb it. And for many people, even those using it every single day, that's not happening. You see, curcumin, the key ingredient in turmeric, is notoriously difficult for the body to absorb on its own. It doesn't dissolve well in water. It breaks down quickly. And if you take it in the wrong way or mix it with the wrong foods, your body may pass it right through without using any of it at all. Even worse, some common foods can actually block the benefits of turmeric altogether, not only making it useless, but in some cases even causing unwanted side effects like bloating, indigestion, or acid flare-ups. That's not something most people expect when they reach for something natural, but it's the truth. And the worst part? These aren't strange or exotic ingredients. They're everyday staples, foods you probably have in your kitchen right now. Things you might be pairing with turmeric without even realizing the damage it's causing. It's no wonder some older adults feel discouraged. You're doing all the right things. You're taking care of your body. You're paying attention. And still, the joint stiffness stays. The bloating lingers. The fog doesn't lift. You wonder quietly, is this just aging? But maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding. Because turmeric can work, and it can work beautifully, but only if we give it the right environment. Only if we stop unknowingly getting in its way. Think of it like this. Turmeric is a seed of healing, but it needs the right kind of soil to grow. If you plant it in toxic soil, in foods that block its effects, you won't get flowers. You'll just get disappointment. But with the right pairing, that seed can bloom. And when it does, it brings real comfort. Less swelling, better movement, a calmer belly, a sharper mind. That's the kind of change we all deserve, especially in our later years. So before you take your next sip of turmeric tea or open that bright yellow supplement bottle, there's something you need to know. Something simple but powerful. There are 3 common foods most of us eat, that you should never combine with turmeric. Because when you do, you're not helping your body heal. You're getting in its way. And the good news? Once you know what they are, they're easy to avoid. Better yet, there are also 3 food pairings that can make turmeric more powerful, giving your body the chance to actually use this golden spice the way nature intended. So let's start from the beginning. Let's talk about turmeric, what it is, why it's become so popular, and how you can make sure that every time you take it, you're doing it in a way that truly supports your health. Because if you've made it this far in life, through all the ups and downs, through the aches, through the lessons, you deserve something that works, something real, something that honors everything your body has done for you. Turmeric can be that thing, but only if you stop making the one mistake that so many others do, combining it with foods that steal away its strength. Let's uncover what those foods are and how to leave them behind. Let's start with something that's probably in your fridge right now. Maybe in your morning coffee, maybe beside your eggs, maybe in that little tub labeled yogurt that feels like a healthy snack. I'm talking about processed dairy, and I know this might be hard to hear, because for many of us, these foods have been with us for decades. A slice of American cheese melted into scrambled eggs, a flavored creamer poured into our morning brew, a fruit yogurt cup in the afternoon that feels like a treat. These things are familiar, comforting, even nostalgic. But when it comes to turmeric, they're doing more harm than good. You see, processed dairy is a very different thing from fresh whole milk or homemade yogurt. These products, cheese slices in plastic wrappers, powdered creamers, fruit-flavored yogurts in bright packaging, are packed with additives, stabilizers, artificial flavors, preservatives, sometimes even hidden sugars. And for the aging digestive system, those extra ingredients create real problems. As we grow older, our stomachs become more sensitive. Digestion slows. Acid reflux becomes more common. The gut becomes less efficient at breaking things down. And when digestion struggles, absorption suffers too. That's the real issue here. Turmeric's power comes from curcumin, and curcumin needs your body's help to get where it's going. But when your digestive system is fighting to process artificial ingredients or excess lactose, curcumin often gets lost in the mix. It simply doesn't absorb well. Even worse, studies suggest certain milk proteins may actually bind to curcumin, blocking its effects entirely. So all that effort, all those turmeric capsules, golden teas, health shakes, could be wasted if you're mixing them with the wrong kind of dairy. Think of it like trying to water a plant while covering it with plastic. The intention is good, but the method gets in the way. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up creaminess. Not at all. There are beautiful alternatives, plant-based milks like almond, oat, or coconut that offer rich flavor, gentle digestion, and a clean canvas for turmeric to shine. Stir turmeric into warm almond milk with a dash of cinnamon and a pinch of black pepper, and you'll feel the difference. Not just in taste, but in how your body receives it. So if you're reaching for turmeric, skip the cheese slices. Leave the artificial creamer on the shelf. Let turmeric stand on its own, with a little help from ingredients that lift it up, not hold it back. Let's move on to the second hidden culprit: vinegar-heavy foods. Now, don't get me wrong. Vinegar has its place. It brings tang to salads, bite to dressings, zip to pickles. But when it comes to turmeric, it can become a silent saboteur. Why? Because turmeric is sensitive. The curcumin inside it is what we call chemically unstable in the presence of strong acids. And vinegar by nature is acidic. White vinegar, apple cider vinegar, even citrus-heavy sauces like vinaigrettes or lemon-based marinades, all of these create an environment where curcumin starts to break down before your body can even use it. Think about that for a moment. You could be doing everything right, choosing a healthy salad, drizzling turmeric into the dressing, skipping processed foods, and still missing out. All because of one ingredient that changes the chemistry of your meal, and the effects go deeper. For people with acid reflux, ulcers, or sensitive stomachs, combining turmeric with highly acidic foods can trigger bloating, discomfort, or heartburn. Not exactly the soothing anti-inflammatory result you were hoping for. Now again, this isn't about fear, it's about timing. If you love your vinegar, enjoy it, just not at the same moment you're taking turmeric. Don't stir turmeric into a salad dressing filled with lemon juice and mustard. Don't add it to a pickle-heavy sandwich. Instead, separate them. Give your body the space to process turmeric on its own terms without interference. And here's a better idea. Make your own simple dressing with extra virgin olive oil, a touch of lemon, and a pinch of black pepper. The oil helps turmeric absorb. The pepper supercharges its effect. And the lemon, used gently, keeps things fresh without overpowering the turmeric. You'll be amazed at how much better your body feels when the pieces work together instead of against each other. And now, let's talk about sugar. I know, it's the sweet tooth sting, the muffin in the morning, the pastry with coffee, the granola bar that looks healthy but hides a dozen kinds of sugar under fancy names. These aren't just desserts. They're part of our routines, part of our comfort. And lately, turmeric has crept into these foods too. Turmeric muffins, turmeric protein bars, turmeric cookies. And while the packaging makes it sound wholesome, the reality is more complicated. Because sugar, especially refined sugar, is one of the most pro-inflammatory substances in the modern diet. It spikes insulin, it stresses your liver, it increases joint swelling, it fogs the brain, and it stands in direct conflict with turmeric's purpose. You see, turmeric is here to fight inflammation. That's its job. That's why we love it. But when you pair turmeric with sugar, it's like sending a firefighter into a burning building while throwing more gasoline on the flames. The good gets overwhelmed by the bad, and in the end, you're left wondering why your knees still ache and your stomach still feels heavy. Even though you've been eating healthy, it's not your fault. Food marketing is tricky. Packaging says organic, natural, turmeric infused, but hidden in the fine print are corn syrup, cane sugar, refined flour, all the things that cancel out what turmeric is trying to do. So what can you do instead? You don't have to give up comfort. You just have to redefine it. Try unsweetened oatmeal with a dash of turmeric, cinnamon, and a few blueberries. Or spread almond butter on a slice of whole grain toast and sprinkle turmeric on top. Sweeten with a touch of raw honey, just enough to take the edge off without overwhelming your body. These swaps may seem small, but they matter, because at this stage of life, your body deserves foods that don't just taste good, but do good. Turmeric wants to help, but it can't work alone. And it can't work in the shadows of processed dairy, acidic overload, or sugar spikes. It needs you to be aware, to be thoughtful, to choose what supports healing, not what holds it back. These three foods, the processed dairy, vinegar-heavy condiments, and sugary cereals and baked goods, aren't the enemy, but they're not allies either. Not when you're using turmeric with purpose, not when your joints ache, not when your digestion needs support, not when clarity matters more than ever. So the next time you reach for turmeric, pause. Look at what you're pairing it with. Ask yourself, is this helping me absorb the healing, or is it getting in the way? Because your health deserves more than good intentions. It deserves understanding. And now that you have it, you're already halfway there. Now that we've talked about what to avoid, let's shift into something more hopeful. Something that puts turmeric back in your corner. Because when you pair turmeric with the right foods, its power doesn't just show up, it multiplies. Think of turmeric like a wise friend. It knows what to do, but sometimes it needs a little support to get there. And there are three simple, everyday ingredients, ones you likely already have, that can help turmeric work the way nature intended, efficiently, deeply, and gently. Let's begin with the most important partner of all, black pepper. It's simple, it's familiar, it's sitting right there next to the salt. But most people have no idea just how powerful it is, especially when it comes to helping your body absorb curcumin. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine, and piperine acts like an assistant, opening the door so curcumin can enter the bloodstream more effectively. In fact, studies have shown that just a small pinch of black pepper can increase curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Yes, you read that right, 2,000%. Without black pepper, most of the turmeric you consume passes through your system unused. With it, your body finally gets to use the turmeric in your joints, your digestion, your brain. And here's the best part. You barely need any. Just a tiny dash of fresh ground pepper in your tea, a sprinkle on scrambled eggs, a pinch in your turmeric soup or stew. The taste is barely noticeable, but the effect? Dramatic. If you're someone who takes turmeric capsules, check the label. Look for piperine or bioperine. If it's not there, the supplement might not be doing much at all. Now let's talk about the second key, healthy fats. You might remember this from earlier, but it's worth repeating. Curcumin is fat soluble. That means it dissolves and moves through your body better when it's consumed alongside healthy fats. And at our age, that matters, because our digestive system isn't as fast as it once was. We need a little help delivering nutrients to the places they need to go. And good fats, the kind that come from olive oil, avocados, nuts, seeds, and salmon, are the vehicles turmeric needs. It's like giving turmeric a ride straight to the areas where healing is needed most. Here's how you can make it simple. Add turmeric to roasted vegetables with a drizzle of olive oil. Stir a teaspoon of turmeric into a smoothie that contains almond butter or chia seeds. Cook your morning eggs in a little avocado oil with a dash of turmeric and black pepper. These aren't complicated changes. They're just gentle shifts, moving from food that blocks healing to food that delivers it. And here's a small note of caution. Not all fats are helpful. Stay away from margarine, vegetable shortening, or heavily fried foods. Those kinds of fats add inflammation, not relief. Stick to the natural, wholesome sources, the ones your body recognizes, the ones that age with you instead of working against you. And finally, let's end on something sweet, something ancient, something healing: raw honey. Not the golden syrup in the bear-shaped bottle, not the kind with added flavors or corn syrup hiding in the label. We're talking about raw, unprocessed honey, the cloudy kind, the thick kind, the kind that still holds the pollen, enzymes, and antioxidants nature put there. Raw honey and turmeric are a beautiful pair. The honey helps balance turmeric's earthy flavor, making it easier to enjoy. But more than that, honey brings its own healing properties to the table. It soothes sore throats, calms gut inflammation, supports immune function, and when combined with turmeric, it creates a gentle anti-inflammatory tonic that feels as good as it tastes. Try it like this. Mix 1/2 teaspoon turmeric plus 1 teaspoon raw honey plus warm water. Stir and sip slowly. Add both turmeric and honey to herbal tea before bed. Calming and restorative. Make what some people call a golden spoon, a small paste of turmeric and raw honey that you take each morning. Just 1 spoonful a day, just one small habit. That's all it takes to start feeling a shift. Now, if you're managing blood sugar or diabetes, be mindful. Even raw honey contains natural sugar, but in small amounts, a teaspoon or less, it's usually safe and supportive. As always, check with your doctor if you're unsure. But for most of us, that golden spoon is a gentle, healing start to the day. Now, before we finish, I want to leave you with something simple. You don't have to change everything overnight. You don't need a cabinet full of supplements or a kitchen full of superfoods. You don't need to chase every new trend. You just need to pay attention, to notice what you're combining, to see how your body feels, to listen when something feels off, and to celebrate when something feels good. That's how we build health at this stage of life. Not through extremes, not through perfection, but through small, thoughtful, loving choices. So tomorrow, maybe you add black pepper to your turmeric tea. Next week, maybe you roast vegetables with turmeric and olive oil. One day, you take that golden spoon, and another day, you leave out the processed creamer. And over time, those choices stack up. They become habits. And those habits become how you feel. Stronger, clearer, lighter, more yourself. Turmeric can help you get there, but only if you let it. Only if you give it the partners it needs. Only if you clear the path, so it can do the work it's been doing for thousands of years. You deserve that kind of healing. You've earned it. So take a breath, take a sip, and take the next small step forward. We'll be right here with you, every golden spoon along the way.